Hey everybody, welcome to another spoiler for Edge of the Earth for Arkham Horror, the card game. Big thanks to Fantasy Flight Games for supporting this, for giving us this spoiler to spoil, and now let's dive into it. We have another neutral card. This is a 1-cost, 2-experience event that's called Call for Backup. Commits for a wild, it's a favor and a synergy, and then one at a time in any order. If you control a rogue card, you may move to a connecting location. A guardian card, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. Seeker card, discover 1 clue at your location. Mystic card, heal 1 horror from any card. And a survivor card, heal 1 damage from any card.
So we can start off and we can all agree that the green, blue, and yellow ones are the good ones.
Yes, agreed.
I do appreciate that they made it so you can heal. They did their best to make the healing ones relevant, where you can heal them from any card off any location. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Even like if you're playing, like one of the scenarios that has like one of the allies that help you. And like if they die or something like that,
and that's gonna be something in Edge of the Earth for sure. We're gonna have to protect the people on our expedition.
Those revelers from
Carnivale,
yeah. Those guys. I want to say Jazz Mulligan, but I know he can't take damage.
Yeah, and then the security guard, he just dies if he takes anything, like a small breeze
or Virgil,
blows him over.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this, and then also like yellow and blue and green are also quite conveniently the classes who are like most likely to consistently have assets in play.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So yeah, I think that like if you're doing 2 of these, it's pretty okay, pretty solid card. Especially if it's like move and get a clue for like 1 money, 1 card, 1 action, no test.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think if you're getting any 2 of the top 3,
yeah,
you're pretty happy.
You're pretty happy with it. If you're getting like any 1 of the top 3 and both of the bottom ones,
that's good.
Also
pretty good.
Both of the bottom ones.
Yeah, both the bottom ones is a bit.
Yeah,
they're kind of like the in addition.
You can find better ways to manage your damage, but if you're getting any 3 of these, you're in great shape. And with the new multicolored assets
that does make it
makes it really easy. Well, maybe I shouldn't say real easy. We haven't seen all of them yet, but
easier.
Much easier. That is an excellent point though, because it's probably now going to make it so that you could like, for example, get you'll probably grab a Mystic or Survivor one just in addition to those, right? Like, and your deck is going to be focusing on the other ones, because I'm sure like once again, let's go to someone in here, Monterey Jack. He's going to move to a connecting location and discover a clue, and then maybe he has also like a multi-class Mystic or Survivor, and now you're also just healing, like as a bonus to that. That is kind of nice, and a lot of the stuff we've seen from this expansion already. One thing that I enjoy, and I'm sure a lot of players agree, it's nice to have cards that fit into the deck that wants them, right? Like, you're not just going to run this in your run-of-the-mill, like, deck, right? Like, this is one where you want to... Like, I mean, I guess for the times where you're, like, a Seeker Rogue, this will fit very comfortably, right? Just as a card, because moving and grabbing a clue...
It's probably where it's best, I think.
Yeah. But, like... If you can just imagine the situation, you move into a location, you grab a clue there, you ping the dude that Bryn is holding, and now he's gone, right? Like,
yeah, the damage one's a little awkward because it still provokes attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
But like there are a couple investigators the ones who can like actually take advantage of the effects are also fine, I think. Mm-hmm. Like maybe you're playing a Nathaniel Cho deck. And if you just like happen to have one of the new multicolor cards in your deck as well, like be able to do 2 damage in your location and also get another thing's pretty solid.
And get another thing.
Yeah. I think this card's pretty solid for a lot of the green investigators because a lot of them like playing Tennessee Sour Mash.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then like, so you have someone like Finn who's, he can play like Magnifying Glass and get like yellow, green, and then just like passively get the red one too. That's pretty solid.
Probably pretty neat in Safina because you can just paint friends.
Yes. Yeah.
You get to play this more than twice in a scenario.
Yeah.
Also, it could be really cool with double.
Mm-hmm. The purple one's like surprisingly, it's like a little more relevant for purple, I guess, because they do have a fair number of effects that like ding themselves.
Yep. Yeah, like the
Arcane Research hurts you. Water Protection hurts you. St. Hubert's Key kind of does damage to you.
in a way,
Sort of.
Yeah.
We also, this is the channel where we say stuff like this. You can also, I believe you can heal damage from an enemy to grief your teammates.
It does say any card.
Yeah. So
Yep.
if you want to grief,
cool.
you can. That's what we always
Yep.
look for here.
It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
This card might be real cool in Carolyn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get all
Yeah.
kinds of things. Oh,
Yeah, where
baby.
you're just like, I can play assets from whatever the hell I want.
Yeah.
do whatever I want.
And obviously, Lola.
Yeah. Yeah. We are gonna
Yeah.
spend some time talking about Lola here because that was my first thought too. Is like, how good would this be if you got all five? Probably not that great, right? Like, because like even getting all
It's
five,
not
like,
that much better than just getting the first three.
yeah, or even just like, because like if you get all five, right? Like you play this in a Lola deck where you don't care about the Guardian side because that's the one that's most awkward to do. Everything else is pretty easy. I mean, like pretty much everything else on that card is really easy to trigger, right?
Yeah.
So I think when you look at this card, you don't say, how can I mean, I know people are going to say it. How can I trigger all five, right? When your question that you should be asking yourself is, how do I trigger 60% of them or 80% of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's juicy.
Yeah, it's kind of like Stars Alliance or the Magical Christmas Land, where like, you can always pretty well always make use of a move action.
Yep.
But where the odds that there's going to be an enemy at your location and a clue at your location and like also damage and horror that you want to heal.
Yeah.
Although you
Damage
can,
horror
you
is
do
pretty
get
easy,
you
but-
do get to pick the order.
So you
do
could
get-
you don't have to do them in
take
order,
an
for
attack
sure.
of opportunity, kill the cultist with you, heal the damage that he just dealt you. Yeah.
Or even if you're just like at a location with an enemy. But if you get to move into the location with the enemy and there's nobody else there, you don't take an attack of opportunity for it because you've already spent the action to play the call for backup, right?
Oh yeah, good call.
Like
Good call,
you're
Bryn. Yeah.
you're merely resolving the rest of the text now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I do think I think this card's neat, and I think a big, how good it's going to be is going to depend a lot on the multicolor stuff from this expansion.
Yes.
Like
And
a lot.
there is, from what
I've seen Blur.
yeah, we've seen Blur, and also the ally that is blue and Yellow?
Yeah.
yeah. I imagine we're going to see a lot of multicolor stuff coming out.
I hope so. I
from
think
it.
it's cool.
I think it's cool too. Yeah. All right. One last question before we close this out, because I don't think we have much more to say other than the fact that card seems fun and it's exciting to find a place for this in the decks that you're going to build with.
It's a favor. Maybe Charlie Kane can play with those.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
the hope. Who's missing? So in the art, we have on the far right that looks like our Seeker, right?
Yeah, he's got a book.
The Mystic is to that person's right. We have the
To the left.
yeah, his right, which is because he has the magic wand. The
Yeah.
Rogue, I'd say that one is. To me, that looks more Rogue than Guardian.
A little
Next.
bit.
And then this last one,
Yeah, it's because he's wearing fancy clothes.
yeah, is he a Guardian or a Survivor? He has a gun. To me, that's a Guardian. I just see a gun and I think Guardian. So, is the Survivor the lamppost behind them, or
Is there a more mic over on the right? Something like that.
no? It's just
What is that?
the what?
The survivor's
thing on the
probably
right.
already scarred.
This thing?
No, it's the right of the right of the art.
Oh, that's a crashed car.
Ah. That's probably where the rogue is, dead in the front seat.
Hey Travis, watch this.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
But I think the art's even telling you, hey, just aim for 4. Don't try to get all
Yeah.
5. Leave one of them in the wreckage of the vehicle that you can't see. Yeah. One last thing, too, that I also kind of like about this card is that it's kind of when you're upgrading and you get to that point in the campaign where you have everything you want and you're just looking for your nice little bells and whistles, this is the kind of the fun stuff that can fill the hole
Yeah,
a
this is
lot
never
better
going to
than
be a card that you rush to.
yeah.
Almost never, unless you're like, I want
Challenge
to play Call
accepted.
for backup deck.
Yeah. It's nice to have more of those things that kind of fill those small little end pieces, so you're not just like forced into the same thing each time. That's kind of... And your deck's like, I have 3. I might as well try running this Call for Backup.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was our spoiler video for Call for Backup. If you are new to this channel and you don't know who we are, I am Justin, that's Travis, that's Bryn. We play Arkham Horror a lot. We release a new video every day of the week at 7 a.m. Mountain Time.
God,
so
that's so early.
That is so early.
yeah. I'm timing it for that 9 o'clock Eastern Time, because in Canada, Toronto rules everything. So how it's... we have one more of these videos coming out in 2 days on Tuesday at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, just like how these ones were. So you should subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and hit that bell to be notified for when the video goes live. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys all again in a few days for another spoiler card. Have a good one, and as always, GG's.